As for the confrontation to the Muslim and non-Muslim students there regarding the da'wah, basically you do that which you are capable of doing. Do not fall into a predicament. Do not fall into a situation which is worse and thus becomes a catastrophic sort of consequence. You do that which you are capable of doing. If you think that you can benefit this person, then you benefit this person. But you, if being a sister, alhamdulillah, who is sure of her faith and happy to listen to lessons as you are doing now, bifadlillahi ta'ala, don't approach boys, don't approach men. This is not your job. If you see sisters or you see non-Muslim women, girls, students, and you want to help them da'wah wise, talk to them about Islam, do so, and you are encouraged. If you again do that which you know, that which you are propagating, you understand what you are delivering, then do that. But do not approach the males. This is not your job. Your job is to approach the sisters, and that is what you are asked to do if you are capable of doing that. Wabillahi tawfiq. Yes, Islamic tapes, CDs and so forth, it's a great way of delivering Islam. It's an excellent way. And again, be very careful of whom you talk to, and make sure by you doing this, you don't cause a greater mischief, and instead, inshallah, you assist and aid Islamically. Wabillahi tawfiq. Allah make it easy on you, inshallah. Wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Ezranz. Wa ayyakum, inshallah ta'ala. As for your question, sister, is it permissible for you to pray i'tikaf prayer at home? Now, i'tikaf prayer, in reality, there's nothing called i'tikaf prayer. There is nothing called i'tikaf prayer. It is tarawih prayer, or it is qiyamul layl, or it is salatul tahajjud. And all that initiates from the time of Isha, after Isha prayer, to the appearance of Fajr. It is called tahajjud, or tarawih, or qiyamul layl. I'tikaf prayer, there is no such thing. In what I understand you're trying to say, is that the people that are doing i'tikaf, who are known to be al-mu'taqifun, they are considered to be doing i'tikaf prayer in your eyes. They are not doing i'tikaf prayer. They are still doing tarawih prayer, except that they are sleeping there, isolating themselves in full seclusion and worshipping the Almighty Lord in these last blessed nights of Ramadan. Now, are you allowed to do tarawih prayer at home with your husband? Yes, you are allowed. You are absolutely allowed. Secondly, do we have to read Surah Al-Fatiha after the Imam in Jahriya prayers? My opinion is that you do not have to. For indeed, the prayer of the Imam is your prayer as well. So if he recites aloud, you do not recite anything. If he recites silently, then yes, you recite behind him silently. But when he is doing it aloud, you do not have to do it, because the correct opinion is his Fatiha, his reciting is likewise yours. Just as the hadith mentions that his sitra is your sitra as well. So if he does a mistake, you do a mistake, and so forth. So no, inshallah ta'ala, according to the most stronger and Allahu A'lam of opinions, is that you do not have to do it. And second of all, regarding the time where the Imam should pause, the only time where it is sunnah to pause when the Imam is reciting aloud, is not during or between the Fatiha and the next surah. It is at the end of the second surah, just before bowing. So just before bowing, the Imam should pause for a couple of seconds and then bow down, whether he's praying silent or whether he's praying aloud. This is the sunnah. And it was not reported that our beloved teacher sallallahu alaihi wasallam paused between Al-Fatiha and the next surah. There was no pause there according to the narrations. The pause was just before the bowing, and that was for a little time, and then he bowed. Wabillahi tawfiq. Wa alayka assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Merchant, may the Almighty Lord place us all, inshallah, in high spiritual Islamic spirits. And may He, inshallah, guide us to that which He loves and thus place us in eternal salvation, al-Firdaus al-A'la. Especially in these last 10 nights, Allahu Akbar. Wallahi, if all the nights of the year were like this, tabarakallah, how enjoying would life be? How beautiful and sweet would life be? Allahu Akbar. And wallahi, if you do not feel or taste the sweetness of faith in these 10 nights, there is definitely something wrong with your faith. There is again definitely something wrong with your faith. So make sure you taste the sweetness. Let it, inshallah, be tasted. And the tasteness is by performing the righteous acts that the Almighty Lord loves. As for your question, Brother Merchant, can you explain some characteristics of the hypocrites so we can be far away from them? Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ab'idna min ha'ula al-munafiqun. Allahumma ab'idna min ha'ula al-munafiqun. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. There are 3 basic characteristics. First of all, when he speaks, he lies. As the hadith mentions, that the ayah or the signs of a hypocrite is 3. 1, when he speaks, he lies. Whenever he talks, he just tells lies and tells lies. He does not care, or she does not care. They lie and lie. Second of all, when he promises, or when she promises, they break that promise. All you hear on their tongue is wallahi this, wallahi that, uqsum billah, wallahi this, wallahi that. Why even say wallahi? Why even uqsum billah? Do you know the value? Do you know the gravity that qasam holds, that oath holds? It is powerful. It is strong. Do not even take an oath unless you must take an oath. Unless you must take an oath. And wallahi, that is an extreme rare situations. The tongue of a Muslim should not get used to saying wallahi, wallahi, uqsum billah, uqsum billah. That's all you hear. And I see that the person that does this all the time, that frequently uqsum billah or wallahi, is a liar. Why would he keep saying it for? A believer is believed, is honest. He does not need to prove himself by wallahi, wallahi, uqsum billah, uqsum alladhi khalaqa as-samawati wal ard. You don't need this. So another sign is the person who makes an oath and breaks it. That's a sign of nifaq. And another sign, as the hadith mentions, a person who is entrusted with something, yet he betrays that trust. And again, this wallahi is a sign of the hour. There is only a few people out there that you can count on your tips, that you can really, really put your trust in. To do something, to carry out something, and to fulfill that trust, that responsibility. The majority these days, sadly to say, you cannot trust anyone no more. You cannot entrust anyone with anything. It is hard and sad to say. So these are basically, briefly, the main 3 signs, and there are others, inshallah, but we'll leave it at that, inshallah. My beloved merchant, may the Almighty Lord distance us from these evil characteristics.